Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to baseball on Classic Hits 97.7. And we had put on our Facebook page we were going to start early, but that is, or start on time, but actually we have started early as Mangum doing a battle with Blair, Olusty, El Dorado. Jackson Torres, the leadoff hitter for the Blair squad, and he rolled out to the pitcher to begin the ball game. And now Logan Torres will step in. Torres swinging a miss, count level on him, 1-1. The pitcher this morning for Mangum is Jackson Brooks. His battery mate is Ashton Pride. 1-1 pitch on the way from Brooks. Downstairs for a ball, the count 2-1. The rest of the infield for Mangum has Mason Parker at first. Ashton Wetzel is over at third. Mason Hoppengardner is, or Ashton Wetzel at second. Mason Hoppengardner is at third. Nate Augustine is the shortstop. In the outfield from left to right, Chris Daniels, Jackson Reisner, and Trey Williams. So one gone here in the first. If you win, you come back and play for third place at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Single into right field. Now the ball going to get away from Williams. Runner going to go and head first slide. Logan Torres is in there. So Torres, left-handed batter, off with the crack of the bat, got the single, and then with the bobble out in the field in right, was able to take second base. He's in scoring position for Christian Castillo. Castillo will step in as we see that Sherry Shepard-Kindle has joined us. Good morning, Sherry. Good to have you alongside. Runner at second base, one gone for Blair here in this first inning of play. Blair, by the way, under the direction of Nick Kindle and Eagle Fixico. Jennifer Reisner has joined us this morning. Good morning, Jennifer. It is a cool morning in Hobart, to say the least. I left the house, and out says sunshine. Thought it was going to be A-OK. I was in shorts. I went to the golf bag and found my spare pair of sweats that I keep there. First pitch delivered here to Castillo is a strike, and Jackson Brooks ahead in the count, 0-1. Again, supposed to start at 10. The actual start time was 9:50. Pitch out in front. Good job by Pride to knock that one down. The count 1-1. You can hear the wind in my microphone. We do have, it's not a stiff breeze like what we've seen the last couple of days, but it is 10 to 15 miles out of the north, and it is cool to say the least. 1-1 pitch on the way here, gets back to the screen. Pride can't hold on to it. And now 90 feet away from scoring the first run of the ball game is Logan Torres. So Logan Torres at third base, getting the praise of Sherry Shepard-Kindle, and deservedly so. And Sherry says good morning, and good morning to you as well. 2-1 pitch on the way here, lifted in the air, foul and out of play on the right side, and that'll level the count at 2-2. Well, I did. I left the house. The sun was shining. It felt comfortable. It felt good. Went and got a soda. I was ready. Got here, and Travis Reese is like, Barnes, you're in shorts? I'm like, yeah, we're good. And actually, I was out on the field talking to the players and the coaches in the sunshine. It was A-OK. I got up here in the broadcast booth. It is shaded, and it is cold here, let me just tell you. Pitch upstairs to Castillo. The count now full on Christian as he bats here in inning number 1. And Blair, Olusty, El Dorado, they call him B-O-E. Ground ball towards second. Wetzel is there. He'll throw to first to get the out. No, the ball gets away from Mason Parker and rolls out of play, and that'll allow Castillo to get to second base. So that should have been an easy and sure out for out number 2. Torres scoring on the play. They had no chance to get him. But instead of 2 outs and nobody on, there's a run across with a runner aboard and only 1 gone. And that'll bring Blake Martin to the plate. Martin, the catcher, this morning for this group from Blair. As I mentioned, if you win the ball game, you'll wait around for the winner of the noon contest and then play at 2 o'clock for third place. If you lose, you're more than welcome to stick around, but you're not playing. First pitch swinging, fouled back to the screen. Martin had a good catch, 0-1 on Blake. Sherry, it is cold. There is no question about it. It'll warm up throughout the day. Going to be a delightful day by the time we get to the afternoon hours. But this morning, Frosty the Snowman could be. I got a little snot coming out of the nose as we set up here. There's a called strike. 0-2 rather on Martin. I feel like a kid. Mom, I went out to play and I forgot to take my hoodie with me. I'm cold. And yes, I need a Kleenex. So a runner at second, one across so far for Blair Olustee El Dorado. And there's going to be a base hit into left field. Great job of hitting that time by Martin. And scoring easily from second base will be Christian Castillo. So it's 2-0 Blair early on. Give Martin an RBI and a single. And what Blake did, he could see that Nate Augustine was covering the bag out at second base from his shortstop position. And there was a huge hole on the infield between Augustine and Hoppengardner, the third baseman. And he just rolled it on the ground there. That was easy as it gets. So an RBI single, 2-0 here in inning number one. Blair Olustee El Dorado on top. I think we're okay calling them BOE. I don't think that will offend anybody. Amber Moore, our dear friend that we work with at the Department of Human Services, and of course from Olustee, said, yeah, that's what we call them, BOE. So over at first base, Martin, just one gone in the inning. Jackson Brooks trying to pitch out of it. The pitch to Case Angeli is called strike. And it's 1-1 on Angeli. Brooks has done a pretty good job getting the ball put in play, and his defense has let him down so far. Fastball upstairs, and speaking of which, they try to throw down to get the runner at first base. Ball gets away and rolls down the right field line, and just like that, Blake Martin is in scoring position. So that is the third error of the inning charged to the Tigers. Runner at second base, only one gone here in the first. And Angeli an opportunity to get a run home. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Wow. 2-1 pitch on the way here. Inside for ball 3, 3-1. And you look at that defensive alignment, and again, Augustine covering the bag at second base from his shortstop position. And that hole, again, huge on that left side of the infield. Pitch downstairs. Ball 4 delivered. And a lot of energy this morning for this group from Blair and Olustee El Dorado. And Sherry Shepard Kendall says, yes, it is permissible to refer to them as BOE. In fact, Coach Kendall put it on the lineup card. I'd forgotten that he was at Blair. We saw Eagle and remembered, of course, him. We've known him for years, and actually he was a one-time member of the Altus Merchants softball team. Now, a guy as nice as Eagle, you wouldn't think he would be hooked up with us. But there was a time that he was. Runners at first and second in the first. Blair leading 2-0 and still making noise in the frame. And Noah Chaboy looks at a pitch outside for ball 2, 2-0 on Chaboy. Noah, the shortstop this morning, actually, for this group from BOE. So we've had late night affairs here in Hobart yesterday afternoon, and here we are in the morning hours. 3-0 pitch, had a notion, did Chaboy. Tried to check, it was a strike anyhow. And the count on Noah 2-1. Not. It wasn't 3-0, but it's 2-1. Home plate umpire having a conversation with Chaboy as well as he checks back in. 2-1 is the count. The home plate umpire tells us that. I think Chaboy thought that was ball 4. Takes one down in the dirt. Pride bobbles it, cannot find it. And that will allow Blake Martin to advance to third base. Angeli stayed at first. And Casey Crum going to come out and have a conversation with Jackson Brooks and the infield. Timeout taken here. It is a 2-0 ball game, and Blair making noise in the top of the first on Classic Hits 97.7. Well, Chad Fox doing double duty this morning and is also helping out with the Rotary. Apparently our commercials are not playing. Chad, get a chance to come back to the ballpark. We'd love to see you here. So the conversation over. Runners at first and third now for BOE here in inning number 1. The count 3-1 on Chaboy. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Brooks. And the count goes full now on Chaboy. Jackson desperate to get a strikeout. We talked about him yesterday, how pleasant, conversational he is. Always comes up and says hello. Did this morning, and I gave him the 3-2 pitch on the way here. Ticked foul off of Pride's mask. It'll say 3-2. But I gave him the guys. We slap one another on the back, give the push, the punch, the things that we do because we're fueled by testosterone. I did that to Jackson and nearly broke my hand. It was like hitting a concrete wall. That kid is solid, and just a young kid growing to that body. 3-2 pitch here, ball 4, bases loaded. Angeli will go to second. Martin stays put at third base, and Chaboy is on. Still just one out. Remember, Jackson Torres led off the ball game with a ground ball back to Brooks, an easy out. But a couple of situations where it looked like Mangum was going to get easy outs as well and didn't get it done. So here's Hayden Fry. Fry bats with the bases loaded, one gone. Left-handed hitter takes down Stair. Ball bounces off of Ashton, but not far enough away to allow Martin to come home from third. That is one thing about tournament play. It tests your pitching staff. And again, Jackson Brooks has not pitched that poorly here in this first inning. The defense has let him down. 1-0 offering, swing and a miss there. And the count level at 1-1. I mean, you can't expect a pitcher to go out there and strike out everybody. You got to coax the offense to put the ball in play and let your defense go to work. 1-1 pitch here, cold strike 2, good pitch. And one thing that Brooks is doing is working quicker. He is a good kid, Sherry. You're right. I mean, he really is a fine young man. We enjoy, and all these kids are, but Jackson, one of those that just stands out. He, like I say, he always comes up and says hello and is pleasant, friendly. Throws a pitch outside here. Count level at 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Ticked foul, and a good job of spoiling a pretty good pitch there on the part of Hayden Fry. It'll stay at 2-2. Sun is out. The sky is blue. We got a north wind, and I'm sitting in the shade. Oh, the Beatles are playing in my head. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Pride knocked it down. First base is occupied, so Fry couldn't go anywhere. Hayden, second out of the inning on the strikeout. 2 gone now for Josh Castillo. Bases will remain loaded. Over at third base is Blake Martin. Case Angeli is at second. Noah Chaboy is at first. And Castillo will step in. First pitch called strike, and it's 0-1. See if these are working. Yeah. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 on Castillo. So Brooks, who got the ground ball to begin the inning and threw it back to first base for the first out, got a strikeout. Trying to get another one here. Off-speed pitch, and he does get the inning to come to an end. So a great piece of pitching by Jackson Brooks to get out of a bases-loaded jam here in inning number 1. But BOE comes up with a couple of runs in the frame. They got 2 runs on 1 hit. There were 3 Mangum errors, and the bases left loaded. We've played a half inning. It is BOE 2, Mangum coming to bat. More Classic Hits 97.7. All right, here we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Click the arrow, he says. Still not working. I don't know what he's done to me. Well, we'll figure out how to get the commercials playing before long. In the meantime, we can tell you that Mangum will come to bat down 2-0 here in inning number 1. Ashton Pride will lead it off. He'll be followed by Jackson Reisner and then Nate Augustine. Middle third of the lineup, Mason Hoppengardner, Jackson Brooks, and Chris Dennis. And then the bottom third, Ashton Wetzel, Trey Williams, and Mason Parker. So it's Pride, Reisner, and Augustine, Hoppengardner, Brooks, and Davis, Wetzel, Williams, and Parker for Mangum. Down 2-0 in the early going. The defensive lineup for BOE. And on the bump this morning will be Jackson Torres. His battery mate, is Blake Melton. First pitch, Pride will swing and miss, and it's 0-1 on Ashton. First baseman for BOE is Logan Torres. Christian Castillo is at second. Case Angeli, the third baseman. Noah Chaboy is at shortstop. And the outfield from left to right, Hayden Fry, Jacob Stafford, and Josh Castillo. Curveball here, spins outside, and the count 1-1 now on Ashton Pride. So Mangum has fallen behind in each of the 3 ball games. One on Thursday night, lost yesterday, and we'll try to get back into this one as Pride sends a fly ball into center field, and Stafford had to come a long way. Jacob, though, stayed right on it and made the catch for out number 1. And again, that wind blowing in, that knocked that baseball down. And Ashton hit it pretty well, but again, with the cold morning air and the breeze blowing in, it just simply did not go anywhere. So Jackson Reisner now will step in. Reisner, the center fielder this afternoon for Mangum. Pitch inside for a ball. And the count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way here. Cold strike. Torres levels the count at 1-1. Jackson Torres wearing number 42, no doubt, in deference to Jackie Robinson. Swinging a miss there. Reisner late on the fastball in the eyes, and the count 1-2. 2 weeks from today, Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie Robinson Day. They do that on the 15th of every year. Swinging a miss. Caught on strikes is Reisner. 2 up, 2 down for Mangum here in inning number 1. They trail 2-0. Nate Augustine will try to keep the inning alive. Brian Bingham has joined us this morning. Good morning, Brian. Hope you are well and warm, because we aren't. Well, we're well, not warm for sure. First pitch all the way here. Curveball. That's a dandy. My goodness. Torres snapped that one off in a hurry. The count 0-1 on Nate. He bats with 2 gone in the first. Mangum kicked it around off on the defensive end in that first inning of play. Sidearm pitch, called strike 2. And he's dropping down with the delivery that time was Jackson Torres. So he's had some different arm angles here early on. Count 0-2 now on Augustine. Torres working quickly. Here's the pitch. Inside with the fastball, 1-2. So again, Nate to lean out over the plate after the first couple of pitches and backed him off there. Torres gets a sign from Martin, and the 1-2 offering on the way. Grounded towards short. Chaboy will gobble it up, throw, and the inning will come to an end. Mangum retired in 1-2-3 fashion here in their half of inning number 1. 2-0. It's BOE on top as we go to the second on Classic Hits 97.7.
right, here we go to the top half of inning number 2, and BOE on top 2-0. And he will send the number 9 hitter, Jacob Stafford, to home plate to lead off the frame. He'll be followed by Jackson Torres and Logan Torres. 2 in the first for BOE. That's Blair Olusty El Dorado. If you're just tuning in, the first pitch to Jackson Stafford downstairs for a ball. 1-0 on Stafford. Day 3 of the Battle of the Big Bats here in Hobart. 1-0 pitch. Stafford swinging a miss. 1-1 on Jacob. Jackson Brooks working a little quicker this inning for the Tigers. And he'll come with a 1-1 offering. Foul back to the screen. 1-2 now on Stafford. So again, Jackson did a nice job in inning number 1. Coaxing BOE to put the ball in play, but defense made 3 errors behind him, and it led to 2 runs. Curveball here, and I think that fooled the home plate umpire. That looked like a pretty good pitch right there, and home plate umpire kind of leaned away from it. Levelly counted 2-2. Austin Baldwin has checked in on this Saturday morning. Good morning, Austin. Good evening alongside my friend. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Back. Well, that's 3 strikeouts in a row, actually. Jackson will get one of the backwards K variety. So Stafford gone to lead off the inning. He struck out Fry and Castillo to end inning number 1. It strikes out Stafford to begin this second inning of frame. And have we gone to the helium balloon sound again? Okay, golly. I don't know. Maybe it's cold like me. Torres takes a strike. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time around. He is 0 for 1. Brooks a little bit outside for a ball. 1-1. So, Alvin the Chipmunk, Helium, Mr. Roboto, we've got it all going on. Chad, I think, is on his way here to fix the commercials and maybe fix my voice as well. You know, as a young broadcaster, as a high schooler and a college student, I wanted to go and be a character voice kind of guy. Mel Blanc is my hero without question. Swinging a miss here. Fastball over the head of Torres, and he offered 1-2. But really, I did. I wanted to go be the second coming of Mel Blanc. Of course, for those of you who are young, don't know who Mel Blanc was, he was the character voice for all the Bugs Bunny characters. Curveball inside here, 2-2. Foghorn, Leghorn. Michael Barnes, the Chipmunk, Brian Bingham says, well, we got to like that. I say I'd much rather be Foghorn, Leghorn, that is. I say that boy's about as sharp as a bowling ball. 2-2 pitch on the way here in the dirt. And the count now full on Jackson Torres, 3-2. And since we don't know how to fix it, we'll just keep right on going along with the Chipmunk voice. Yosemite Sam, maybe. A rootin' tootin' cowboy. How about Sylvester the cat? You're despicable. 3-2 pitch on the way here, and Brooks overthrows the fastball in the dirt, frustrated with himself, and that's a walk. And Torres on board for the first time this morning. That'll bring Logan Torres to the plate. Logan singled into right field his first time around, and the ball got away from Williams out in right. And it allowed Torres to get into second base. He eventually came around to score. And there goes the runner, swinging at the first pitch and popping it into foul territory on the third base side. Hoppengardner ran out of room. And the count 0-1. I think the Mangum folks, the coaching staff, maybe felt like the BOE players interfered a bit. Looked like Mason was going to have room to make that catch and then didn't get it done. Pitch to Logan Torres. There goes the runner, and stealing second base will be Jackson Torres. The throw on the third base side of second. And had it been on target, I think they would have gotten Jackson Torres. But as it is, he's safe with a stolen base. And the count on Logan Torres now 1-1. So another runner in scoring position for BOE here in inning number 2. That's a half-hearted swing there by Logan Torres. 1-2 now on Torres. Torres fooled by that pitch big time. See if Brooks can get out of the inning. Fastball a little bit inside for a ball. 2-2 now on Logan. A pretty good pitch right there. Torres on top of the plate. I mean, he is leaned out over it. Pretty good pitch by Jackson Brooks. So again, 2-2 on the left-handed batter. Runner at second base. Fly ball, shallow right field. Williams is there. Trey will make the catch. Torres tagging at second, and he'll go to third, standing up. The ball hits the umpire. 2 gone now. Logan Torres retired. Jackson Torres at third base. So Christian Castillo now will step in. Castillo, an opportunity to drive in a run from third with 2 out. Castillo on board his first time around. He reached on an error, rolled one to second base, ball thrown away by Ashton Wetzel, and he eventually came around to score a run. It's a fly ball foul down the left field line. That will twist and get out of play. And the count 0-1 on Castillo. Tyson Morley, one of our umpires here today. Always good to see Tyson. He is in the field this morning for this ball game. Of course, he's a member of the Chad Fox fan club. So, I'm going to ask you a question. When we play music, because we don't have the commercials, playing some music in between innings, I wonder if that is distorted as well. 1-1 now on Castillo. In fact, we'll do that right now. And the audience, you can let me know. 1-1 pitch on the way. Boink, plunked him, and that hurt this morning. Christian Castillo took one off the shoulder. That hurts this morning. It is cold, and that does not feel good. I mean, on a 95-degree day, it wouldn't feel good, but 51 this morning with the north wind, yeah, that one stings big time. So Castillo on board for the second time. He's at first. Jackson Torres remains over at third base. 2 gone now for Blake Martin. Martin single, drove in a run his first time around, and took it second base on a error by Ashton Pride. 1 of 3 that occurred in that first inning of play for Mangum. Jackson Brooks trying to wriggle out of a jam here in inning number 2. Pitch downstairs to Martin. 1-0 on Blake. The wind expected to shift as the day progresses from the north and west to the south and east, which will bring warmer temperatures for us tomorrow. In fact, it's supposed to be warm Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we get ready for Easter weekend next weekend and back into the 60s. Sherry said the voice is back. It's fine. Okay. Pitch outside here to Blake Martin. The count 2-0 on Blake. Again, Jackson Brooks basically trying to get it done on his own. He struck out 2 in that first inning. Swing and a miss here. Martin was looking for a pitch and waved at one out of the strike zone. Should be 2-1 now on Blake. Home plate umpire not in sync with the scoreboard. 2-2 pitch and he hit him. Wow. Curveball that just won't turn. Castillo got hit with a fastball, but that is just an off-speed pitch that hit Blake Martin, and as big as Blake is, that not going to sting nearly as bad as the one that got Castillo. Nate Augustine going to come and have a conversation with Jackson. Try to get him settled down a little bit. It is a frustrated morning so far for Blake, and you can hear Mr. Augustine down below is telling him he is okay. And really, again, Brooks has pitched a pretty good game. Now he's hit a couple of batters, and frustration on his face is obvious. Case Angeli takes a strike, 0-1 on Angeli. Angeli walked his first time around and was left stranded. The music was good. Maybe I'm still Alvin the Chipmunk. 0-1 pitch, sails inside, and you can tell how frustrated Brooks is. That inside pitch he's just not able to control it this morning. May want to stick towards the outer third. Level count now, 1-1 on Angeli. Bats with the bases loaded in inning number 2. Swing and a miss there. Good job pulling the string. Angeli down in the count, 1-2. BOA left the bases loaded in that first inning of play. Jackson Brooks a pitch away from ensuring the same thing happens in inning number 2. A little bit low with a fastball. Boy, Brooks wanted that one bad. 2-2. Jackson now. Set to go to work. Working from the stretch, and the 2-2 pitch on the way to Angeli. Curveball that did not break, and Angeli nearly ducked into it, and the count full 3-2. So the merry-go-round will get underway here as Torres will be off from third, Castillo second, and Martin from first. Payoff pitch on the way here. Ball 4, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Boy, Angeli did a good job of laying off that pitch because that is a tough one to ignore. So he's at first, Martin at second, Castillo at third, and the third run of the ball game scored by Jackson Torres. 3-0 ball game, bases still loaded, and here's Noah Chaboy. Chaboy walked his first time around. And again, you're in the third day of a tournament. You've played 5 games this week. Ground ball towards second. Wetzel is there, bobbles, picks it up, throws in time, and the inning will come to an end. But not before BOE comes across with another run. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. There were no errors, a walk, and 2 hit batters. We played an inning and a half, 3-0 BOE on top of Mangum. More Classic Hits 97.7.
All right, we're back. I had the opportunity during the break to shut the equipment down, turn it back off. We'll see if that will fix at least the Alvin and the Chipmunks voice. We do have a bit of a delay that occurs. The FCC requires that with Michael Barnes behind the microphone. So I was talking to Chad on the phone, and I could hear in the background Michael Barnes the Chipmunk. It was fantastic. I don't know. What the Sam Hill is going on around here?
This one. I'm sorry. I moved pots on you.
But I still don't hear it. Still not playing. Nope. So I'm curious if we still have the
Something you should know about.
There you go. So the computer sits in the bag overnight, and nobody touches anything. And somehow it doesn't work the next day. It's protesting that it's cold.
April Fool's.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that, Chad Fox. And Sherry Shepard Kindle says, I have my voice back. My goodness, I am glad to hear that. Oh, man, no. If I'm going to be a cartoon character, it is not going to be Alvin and the Chipmunks. So Mangum goes to work here. Mason Hoppengartner leads it off for the Tigers in their half of inning number 2, followed by Jackson Brooks and then Chris Dennis. Count on Hoppengartner is 1-1. Mason, ground ball to second, backhanded, and throw to first in time. That's a good play there by second baseman Christian Castillo. Castillo had to backhand that ball, gather, and then throw out Mason by a couple of steps. One gone here in the inning number 2 for BOE. Doobie Torres says, you fixed your voice. Well, there you go, Doobie. We're glad to hear that. By the way, we talked about the Doobie Brothers yesterday. I looked it up, and they are going to be at Starlight Theater in Kansas City this summer. There's our base runner of the day, and Jackson Brooks gets hit. And Jackson got to be thinking to himself, look, I didn't hit you guys on purpose. Why'd you have to hit me? Man, he got, and again, on a morning like this, it hurts. There's no doubt about it. So I don't know that Jackson Torres, he did come inside, no doubt about it. So Aiden Warner going to come in and run now for Mangum and Jackson Brooks. Bray Woodruss has joined us. Anyhow, find somebody to go with me to Starlight Theater in Kansas City this summer in June. Let me know. I'll get tickets. We'll go. Michael McDonald, when the last time I saw the Doobie Brothers, Michael McDonald was not with them. He is supposed to be with them this summer. So 1 out, 1 on. Mangum with their base runner of the morning. They trailed 3-0. And the pitch to Chris Dennis outside for a ball, 1-0. Aiden Warner, the courtesy runner at first base after Jackson Brooks got plunked with a pitch. I don't know if you heard me make reference, but Tyson Morley is out there today umpiring. Tyson, of course, the president of the Chad Fox fan club when it comes to watching basketball games, and Chad is the fan. 1-0 pitch, little number out in front of home plate. Torres will field. He'll throw to second, and that ball sails into center field and allows Aiden Warner to go to third. Well, Mangum thrown the baseball around here so far this morning, and now BOE returning the favor. As Dennis is aboard, that'll go as a fielder's choice in an E1 and allows Aiden Warner to go to third base. Runners at first and third, just 1 out for Ashton Wetzel. And Torres did a good job of getting off the mound, and he had more time to make the throw than he gave himself credit for. Of course, up 3-0, I think, well, I know Eagle Fixico would say, take the easy out at first base, young man. So runners at the corners now for Mangum. Chase Wetzel, or rather Dennis, back to the bag. Wetzel at the plate. And I've enjoyed our perch the last 2 days, Chad Fox, up high and in the shade. Today, I wish we were downstairs in the sun. But again, I carry my golf clubs everywhere I go in case an emergency 9 breaks out. And, of course, I've got extra clothing inside the bag. Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I'm like Tommy Pride. That looked like that should have been a balk on Jackson Torres, the way he lifted his foot. Tyson Morley said no. He faked the throw to third and then went to first base. And a pretty close play over there. Dennis got back underneath the tag. 3-0 ball game. Mangum trying to crank the scoreboard for the first time here this morning. That one rolled foul. And it'll make the count full at 3-2. I got used to the warmth the last couple of days, and I'm moving around like an old man. Well, I am an old man. I'm moving around like I should here this morning. Goodness. The scoreboard says 3-2 on Wetzel. I don't think that's right. I think the scoreboard operator is kind of like everybody else here this morning. Groggy is right. Swing and a miss. They'll send the runner. Mangum will throw down, or rather Blair will throw down. And safe at second base will be Dennis. He's in scoring position on the stolen base. Keep waiting for the home plate umpire to give us the count. I've got it 2-1. Scoreboard has it 0-2. So who knows? How's the auction going?
Good.
All right. Big rotary auction going on along the Fox Radio Network on 1420 and their Facebook page as well. And they fake the throw back to second base. That's an old Eagle Fixico move right there. It is. Eagle has long taught his kids to fake a throw and then go into a scramble drill as though the ball was thrown away. Yeah, there are a lot of nuances of it. You're right. Mangum did not fall for it. The base runner out there at second. Good job by Chris Dennis to stay on top of the play. Pitch on the way here, and it goes over the head of Wetzel. The fans telling Wetzel to wear that. I don't think so. I'm not going to wear something off my coconut. Not on this morning. All right, so 1-2 pitch on the way. Ashton lifts it in the air on the infield, calling for it in foul territory now to make the catch is Logan Torres for round number 2. So Wetzel tried to go to the right side to put the ball in play and got underneath it. 2 gone now for Trey Williams. Runners at second and third. Mangum trailing 3-0. We play in the third. The winner plays at 2 o'clock this afternoon for third place. The loser will get ready for games next week. And for Mangum, this is their 5th game this week after playing last weekend as well. Oh, good pick there by the catcher, Blake Martin. That one headed for the backstop, and Martin picked it with the backhand. 1-0 on Trey Williams. Williams playing right field here this morning for Mangum. Opportunity to get the Tigers right back into the ballgame. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count level at 1-1. Well, they only play against one another. They used to play against one another in basketball, but they only play one another now in baseball, and it is testy at times. Up in the eyes of Williams, and Trey with a hack can't catch up with it. It's 1-2 on Williams. Mangum with runners at second and third. They trail 3-0. Bottom half of inning number 2. Jackson Torres trying to get out of the inning without any damage. Right-hander's pitch, swung on and missed, and he does get out of the inning without any damage. Mangum comes up empty in their half of inning number 2. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, a hit batter, and a couple of men left on board. At the end of 2, it is BOE 3, Mangum nothing, and we're Classic Hits 97.7.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and and Elgin.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting sports season, Tigers. Cattlemen's Bank is behind you all the way.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
If you started college but haven't finished, you may feel like your story is already written. Remember, you're the author, and where your story goes from here is up to you. Finish your degree with Reach Higher at Western Oklahoma State College. Reach Higher can put you on a program path designed to help you earn your associate degree from Western. Start writing your next chapter today. Visit wosc.edu/reach to find out how. Reach Higher with Western Oklahoma State College. Call 580-477-7742.
All right, welcome back. 3-0, top half of inning number 3. Mangum and BOE, and due up for BOE in their half of the third will be the left-handed hitting Logan Torres. Check that. That's Hayden Fry doing up. I'm sorry. Hayden Fry, Josh Castillo, and Jacob Stafford due up here in inning number 3 for BOE. I don't know about you. I hope you had the chance last night to watch at least one of those two women's semifinal 4 games from down at Dallas. Didn't get to see the first game. Had too many things to do. Couldn't get home in time to watch that one. As the first pitch outside to Fry. 1-0 on Fry. He is 0 for 1. Struck out in inning number 1. But we did get to settle in and watch that South Carolina and Iowa game. And, boy, Caitlin Clark is everything that they have talked about. That kid is unbelievable and willed her team to that victory. Pitch inside for a ball to Fry. And the count on Hayden now 2-0. South Carolina came in 36-0, had not lost in 389 days. And Caitlin Clark, 41 points in the ball game. And played a hand in almost every point it seemed. Little chopper off a home plate. Pride. A late throw, not going to get there in time as he bobbled the ball. That'll be an infield single. And the leadoff runner aboard here in inning number 3 for BOE. That's a tough play there for Ashton Pride. That ball chopped right off of home plate. Had a funky spin on it. He went to get it, couldn't. Rolled away from him, picked it up, and threw not in time to get the left-handed hitting Fry because he's out of the box quicker than a right-handed hitter, a little bit closer than he is safe. So Castillo now steps in. Josh takes a pitch outside for a ball. It is 1-0 on Castillo. Josh struck out to end inning number 1. He is in the middle of what was a 3-strikeout foray for Jackson Brooks. And he'd like to go on one right now. 1-1 as Castillo swings through that one. Over at first base, Hayden Fry. He led off the inning with a chop single off of home plate. Pitch out in front of home plate here. Good job by Pride to knock it down 2-1. By the way, there are those that think, and I know this from umpiring thousands of Little League ball games, they think that when the ball hits home plate, it is foul, and it is not. Home plate is part of fair territory, and I have this conversation at least once a year with the Little League coaches and fans. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Again, bounced out in front of home plate. Again, Pride does a good job of tracking it down. And that'll run the count to 3-1. The ball can literally come to rest on home plate. It is a fair ball. Just keep that in mind as the Little League season getting underway. I wish more coaches would. Tommy Pride going to come out and have a conversation with Jackson Brooks. Maybe looking at a pitch count here. I wish more coaches would do what I did, though, when I coached Taylor Reed and his buddies. The first meeting you have is with the parents, go over the rules, and tell them if they don't know them to be quiet. So we're kind of watching to see what's going on here. Tommy Pride kind of bolted out of the dugout. And didn't cross the line, and so it's not an official visit. Now he does after speaking with Casey Kroom. So you got an idea. Maybe it was a pitch count. Maybe they've got Jackson Brooks on a pitch count this morning. I don't know. But he bolted out of the dugout, and then before he got, as I said, to the first base line, he turned and talked to Casey Kroom. They worked out whatever it was, and now Tommy is talking to the infield, Ashton and Jackson Brooks. We're going to get a pitching change or not. 3-0 our score. We'll take a timeout. Come back. Classic Hits 97.7.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Well, we will have a pitching change. Almost as soon as we went to break, Ashton Pride started taking off the catching equipment. And Jackson Brooks somewhat dejectedly headed to the dugout to get his catcher's mitt. So it looks like we will have a switch between Ashton Pride and Jackson Brooks. Pride to the mound, Brooks behind home plate. We're back after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Around here, we say go Tigers. This is Jacob Gilner from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We love our Mangum Tigers, so suit up in your best and brightest orange, and we will see you at the games. Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Jamie's Auto is proud to sponsor Mangum Tiger sports coverage. When you need a new-to-you reliable vehicle, always remember to visit Jamie's Auto Sales on Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Jamie makes it easy to buy a great used car with 5 lenders available, and your new-to-you vehicle comes with a 3-month 4,500 GWC powertrain warranty. Talk about peace of mind. Remember Jamie's Auto in Mangum for your next vehicle purchase. And go Tigers!
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Hi, Mangum Tiger fans. This is Jill Grauman with RE/MAX Property Place. If you need to buy or sell a property or a home in Mangum or anywhere in Greer County, just call me at 580-706-0259. You'll see lots of my signs around town because I get the results for my clients. I say, go Mangum Tigers.
Jill Grauman, RE/MAX Property Place. Always here, always helping.
Great food made fresh with the best ingredients possible under the direction of Chef George is what you'll find at the newly remodeled J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum. Now, if you haven't tried the Mexican and American favorites at J&P Mexican Grill, what are you waiting for? They're open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch, dinner, featuring homemade desserts. For takeout, call 580-706-5042 and like them on Facebook. J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum.
Hello, this is Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner with the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum. We are friendly hometown folks and treat patients of all ages, newborns through adults, for wellness and sick visits, as well as management of chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Call the clinic in Mangum at 580-782-3393 for an appointment today.
Jackson County Memorial Hospital.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, pipe passes, or real ID, Tom and Cynthia Clark are there for you, and they can help you at the Mangum Tag Agency at 580-782-3004, 782-3004.
So indeed, a pitching change made. It is not Ashton Pride, though, on the bump. It'll be Mason Hoppengardner instead. Pride will go to shortstop, and Nate Augustine will go to third base. And the first pitch swung on and missed. The count now full on Josh Castillo. So Castillo still the responsibility of Jackson Brooks, who is now behind home plate for Mangum. Payoff pitch on the way here, ball 4, and runners at first and second. So Hoppengardner, he is not charged that walk. That goes to Castillo, or rather to Jackson Brooks instead. And now this will be the first official batter for Mason Hoppengardner. Jacob Stafford steps in, ninth place hitter. Stafford showing bunt. It's a good one down the right side, and nobody there to cover first base. Stafford safe. What a great bunt there. Stafford went to the right side. Hoppengardner falling away from the baseball. And no way Mason Parker was going to get there. And running extremely well, Stafford down the line. Bases loaded now on top of the order for Jackson Torres. Torres walked, stole a base, and scored a run his last time around. He grounded back to the pitcher to lead out the ball game. And if you're Mangum, you would love a ground ball right back to Mason Hoppengardner to start the 1-2-3 double play. Mangum in on the grass of the corners. And the first pitch downstairs to Torres. 1-0 on Jackson. The pitcher here this morning for this group from BOE. And again, just tuning in, that's Blair Olusty El Dorado. 1-0 pitch on the way. Hoppengardner bounces it out in front of home plate. Good job by Jackson Parker to knock it down. That may have gotten part of Jackson's wrist and thumb, and it did, you can tell. That hurts any time, but on a morning like this, that thumb so susceptible for catchers on that glove hand, just because of the way the glove's designed. 2-0 pitch, called strike, 2-1 now on Jackson Torres. Austin Baldwin. Oh, I had missed that comment, wanting me to explain some of the rules and nuances to Debbie Smith Pride. Pitch downstairs for a ball. And the count on Torres now has gone 3-1. No place for Hoppengardner to put him. Bases loaded, nobody out. We play here in the third, and it's a 3-0 ball game. BOE on top. Hoppengardner from the windup. 3-1 pitch, outside ball 4, and it's now a 4-0 ball game. So Hayden Fry, who started the inning off with a single that he chopped off of home plate, will score. Josh Castillo, who walked, goes to third. Jacob Stafford, who just put down that beautiful drag bunt, is at first. And the RBI and the walk, or he's at second, I should say. Stafford is at second. We'll put Torres at first. And still nobody out in the inning. Left-handed hitting, Logan Torres will step in. Torres, 1 for 2. He singled to right his first time around. And then hit a lazy fly ball to Trey Williams back in inning number 2. So 1 for 2 in the ball game with a run scored. And Williams extremely deep out there in right for the left-handed hitting, Logan Torres. Pitch inside. That'll be 2-0 now on Logan. So Torres ahead of the count. Can sit and wait on something here. Wind continues to blow in from straightaway center field, though not as hard as it did about 30 minutes ago. Ball gets away from Pride, and falling asleep at third base was Castillo. He could have scored easily on that. And Josh, now hearing it from his coach down there. Yeah, that happens right in front of Nick Kendall, and Nick not happy. 3-0 pitch on the way from Hoppengardner. Ball 4. Another run will come in. Castillo will score. Stafford will go to third. Jackson Torres at second, and Logan Torres at first. He gets an RBI. And here's Christian Castillo. Castillo been on board both times. Reached on an error and been hit by a pitch. He has scored a run. Officially 0 for 1 in the ball game. Takes upstairs for a ball and count 1-0 on Castillo. And again, 5th game of the week for Mangum. Tommy Pride going to come out, and boy, he's signaling to left field, and Chris Dennis apparently now going to get the call to pitch for Mangum. So another pitching change being made here as we play in inning number 3. BOE on top of the Tigers 5-0. We are Classic Hits 97.7.
We yell loud and proud because we love the Mangum Tigers. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. On and off the field, we support the Tigers through and through because once you're a Tiger, you're always a Tiger. And Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have 1 bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brenda at 580-782-2452 for more information.
First National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Mangum Tiger Athletics. At First National Bank, supporting our schools and athletic programs is our top priority. We appreciate and support our community through and through. At First National Bank, you can hear us roar. Go Tigers! We wish you a season of great success. First National Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go together when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Chris Dennis now comes on for Mangum. First pitch he throws, goes back to the backstop. And coming in to score from third base will be Jacob Stafford. Stafford will score the 3rd run of the inning, 6th of the ball game now for BOE. Moving up 90 feet, Jackson Torres to third base, Logan Torres to second base, and a count 1-0 on 2-0 on Christian Castillo. I'll get the defense for you here in a moment. Changes being made. This pitch fouled back to the screen. Pretty good pitch there by Chris Dennis, and that'll run the count to 2-1. Hoppengardner will go back to third base. Ashton Pride is at short, and now we see Nathan Augustine at second base. And it looks like Ashton Wetzel has gone out to left field. So changes aplenty here for Mangum in their half of the 3rd. Pitch a little bit outside to Castillo. And the count 3-1. And Chris not happy with that call. Boy, he really wanted that one. Thought he had it over the outer half of the plate. Dennis trying to get an out here, as there are none yet for BOE. Ground ball towards short. Pride will set, throw to first in time to get one out. A run will score on the play, as Jackson Torres will come in. 4th run of the inning, 7th of the ball game. Castillo going to get credit for the RBI on the fielder's choice. Then went 6-3 for the first out of the inning. At third base now, Logan Torres. And here's Blake Martin. Martin, been on board both times. Reached on an error in the first, got hit by a pitch in the second. And you're right, it is Jackson Reisner who is pitching. I see that now. A little slow roller to Augustine at second. He'll flip the first for out number 2. But scoring on the play will be Logan Torres. And that's my fault. I didn't recognize as the rollout by Blake Martin that goes 4-3 results in an RBI for Martin. Tommy Pride came out of the dugout and signaled to left field. And I thought that meant that Chris Dennis was going to come in and pitch, but they just moved Dennis to center field, and Reisner is now on the bump. Good pitch by Jackson, a little bit outside to Case Angeli, and the count 1-0 on Case. He's been on board both times, walking both times, yet to score. 8-0 ball game now. BOE on top. Ground ball to short. Ashton will scoop it up and throw to first, and the inning will come to an end. But not before BOE comes across with 5 more runs in the inning. 5 runs in the frame, and I had them for only 2 hits. There was an error, and nobody left on board. And at the end of 3, it's BOE 8, Mangum nothing. We're Classic Hits 97.7.
Fresh floral arrangements created here in Mangum are the hallmark of owner Darla Hately at Flowers Unlimited. Remember that fresh flowers are a very personal and special gift that is so cherished when delivered for birthdays and anniversaries. She might say, "You shouldn't have," but she'll be delighted. Flowers Unlimited. Call local at 580-782-2122. That's 782-2122. Flowers Unlimited in Mangum.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 is your certified Firestone tire dealer and also a proud supporter of the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers. When you need tires, we're specialty trained and equipped to take care of you. Lyle Shaw and his crew at Blair Tire and Feed wish the Tigers lots of luck in today's game. And always remember, play smart, play safe, play hard, and play with pride. And good luck from everyone at Blair Tire and Feed on the corner of Highway 283 and 19 in Blair, Oklahoma.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
All right, we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Mangum will send numbers 9, 1, and 2 to the plate. Then Mason Parker, Ashton Pride, and Jackson Reisner. Mangum trailing 8-0 as we go to the 3rd. And I have been remiss in mentioning the 3rd member of the coaching staff over there for BOE. Of course, Nick Kendall and Eagle Fixico at the helm, and known both those guys for a while. We've known Jacob Moles for a while as well, and Jacob helping out with the program. Good to see him earlier today. His brother, Bo, one of those that was a member of the dreaded Altus Merchant softball team for a time being. And now, Bo, now that he's an adult, sporting some kind of mustache. I don't know where he got that from. I saw that on Facebook the other day. Bo's, I'm like, wow. 70 porn star, kind of what it looks like, don't you think? I mean, Bo, hope you're doing well, my friend. 0-1 on the leadoff batter here in inning number 3 for Mangum. Now 0-2 very quickly on Mason Parker. Oh, what a pitch there. Curveball that just snapped off for BOE's Jackson Torres. Swing and a miss. Caught on strikes just like that is Mason Parker. 1 up, 1 down here in inning number 3 for Mangum. Back-to-back strikeouts for Torres. He ended the 2nd with a strikeout of Trey Williams and strikes out Parker to begin the 3rd. By the way, good job by Jackson Reisner to come in and get the outs there in that bottom half of the 2nd inning. He coaxed BOE to put the ball in play, and they rolled into 3 ground balls. A couple of runs came around to score, but again, that's not Reisner's fault. He didn't put those runners on. Here's Ashton Pride. Pride 0 for 1, looks at a strike 0-1. He flied to center field his first time around, hit the ball pretty well, but an hour ago, the wind blowing in rather hard from center field, and it knocked the baseball down. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-1, and some chirping going on from the BOE side, but it's been a ball all morning long for the whole plate umpire. 1-1 offering on the way from Jackson Torres. Again to center field. Coming on is Stafford. Jacob, a little hop as he makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. So again, Pride hits it right back from where it came from, but right at the center fielder, Jacob Stafford. 2 up, 2 down here in inning number 3 for Mangum. Reisner now will step in. Jackson struck out his first time around. Pitch up in the eyes of Jackson, 1-0 on Reisner. And beginning to warm just a little bit. Again, when we got underway at 9:50, it was just cold. 1-0 pitch on the way here, and overthrowing at that time was Torres. And the count 2-0 on Jackson Reisner. Mangum shut out last night by Elmore City Purnell, losing that ball game 10-0, and they've yet to score here through 2 2/3 against BOE. 2-0 offering, cold strength, 2-1 now on Jackson Reisner. Jackson Torres has been around all home plate all morning long. There's a bunt on the right side. Torres will field, throw to first, and 1-2-3. Mangum retired in order in their half of inning number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the frame with BOE on top, 8-0. More classic hits, 97.7.
Something you should know about the Kendall Law Office. The Kendall Law Office is family-owned and local. They use up-to-date technology to ensure their productivity provides timely service to clients, and this always includes client access to our firm via email and text. Corey Kendall is experienced, hardworking, and honest. He always puts the client first, and all efforts are focused on the client's best interest. The Kendall Law Office, locations in Altus and Mangum.
Friends, it's important to take care of your eyes, so make an appointment soon with Dr. Michael Geiger in Altus, Seth Geiger in Frederick, and Bryce Geiger in Elgin, and a new addition to our staff, Dr. Maddie Rhodes. The Geigers are professionals and very good at what they do. Geiger Eye Care is proud to support youth and sponsor sporting events. They encourage you to attend all the events you can and be involved with our youth. Geiger Eye Care, Michael and Maddie in Altus, Seth in Frederick, and Bryce in Elgin. Make an appointment soon with Geiger Eye Care, Altus, Frederick, and Elgin.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting sports season, Tigers. Cattlemen's Bank is behind you all the way.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
Bottom half of inning number 3 due up for BOE, Noah Chavoy, Hayden Fry, and Josh Castillo. Mangum trailing 8-0. And our third pitcher of the ball game, Jackson Reisner, set to go to work here in the third for Mangum. Heard us talk earlier about Caitlin Clark and that performance last night. She led her Iowa Hawkeye team into the national championship of women's college basketball, beating South Carolina, a team that had won 36 straight during the regular season and had not lost since the SEC tournament a year ago in 2022. They'd gone like 389 days without a loss. So Caitlin Clark now will play for the national championship tomorrow afternoon against LSU. And Kim Mulkey, what a great job Kim Mulkey has done down there. Second year, Baylor let Mulkey go for some reason after she'd won 3 national championships there. And now she's got LSU playing for the title tomorrow against Iowa and Caitlin Clark. So that ought to be a fun one. We look forward to that one. Chavoy looks at the ball here, 1-0 on Noah. Reached on a walk his first time around and then grounded down to end inning number 2. So he is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Men's college basketball Final Four getting underway tonight. Wanda Hopper to Pride at shortstop. He throws the ball away. That's what we're getting at. He had to hurry the throw as Chavoy runs well, and that ball bounced and got by first baseman Logan Torres. Or check that, it's Logan Torres. He plays for Blair. Mason Parker. So another error on Mangum. And Chavoy is at second base. Hit it on a hop. Good job by Ashton to get to the baseball. hurried his throw and it was in the dirt. No chance for Parker to knock it down. And then it got away from Parker and rolled down the right field line and allowed Chavoy to scoot into second base. So he is there with nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning. Mangum trailing 8-0. Left-handed batting Hayden Fry steps in. Fry looks at one outside for a ball. Count 1-0 on Hayden. He struck out and singled, scored a run. Actually, the count 2-0 now on Fry. And again, Reisner doing a good job of forcing Alessi El Laredo to put the ball in play, as they do right there. Good job by Ashton Pride to go into shallow left field to make the catch for out number 1 in the inning. That one hit off the end of the bat. So a little pop out to short. First out of the inning for Josh Castillo. Castillo struck out to end the first and then walked and scored in the third. San Diego State and Florida Atlantic in the first Final Four game. Gets underway just after 5 this afternoon, our time. And then Miami and UConn in the nightcap. First pitch swinging, and Castillo late on that one, 0-1. And if Miami were to win that ball game, we would be assured of 2 teams playing for the national title on the men's side that have never won a title. And in fact, never been in a national championship game. FAU and San Diego State, one of those 2 teams will be there. There goes Chavoy, and he picked a great pitch to go on. That was an off-speed pitch by Reisner. It was in the dirt, and Chavoy gets to third easily with the stolen base. UConn, of course, is – I'm trying to remember. I think they've won 4 titles since 1999, so they are familiar with the NCAA tournament. Pitch upstairs for a ball, 2-1. And if Danny Hurley and UConn win the national title, he becomes the 3rd UConn coach to get a national championship since 99. There's a called strike. Good pitch by Jackson Reisner. It'll level the count at 2-2. But again, if you did not see Caitlin Clark last night, find time tomorrow afternoon to check out ABC and watch Iowa and LSU. That'll be great. And you know that Kim Mulkey will try to come up with some defense to slow Caitlin Clark down. 2-2 pitch on the way here. Ooh, that looked like strike 3, but it was outside apparently, and the count goes full 3-2, and the Mangum fans chirping after that call. And with some justification. So Reisner, count now full on Castillo, goes to work with a runner at third. Ground ball headed to left field. Pride not going to get there, and it rolls into left field for a base hit, and now it goes underneath the glove of the left fielder. Oh, my goodness. The wheels on the bus beginning to fall off for Mangum here. Castillo chugs into second base. So give him credit for a single and an RBI. And then E7. Second inning error of the inning for Mangum. And unofficially, their 5th of the ball game. Castillo out at second base, and here's Jacob Stafford. Stafford struck out looking in the second, singled and scored an inning ago. Rolls this one on the ground to Hoppengardner at third. Mason will throw to first, up the line. Great job by Parker to make the catch, and the sweep tag of Stafford as he went by. Taking third on the play is Castillo. But what a play by Mason Parker. And that is so tough. You've got to catch the baseball. You've got to find the runner. And you've got to keep your elbow and shoulder from getting dislocated in the process. Great sweep tag right there. So 2 gone now, 9-0 ball game. Reisner trying to wriggle out of the inning. Faces Jackson Torres here. Torres will take it for a strike. And the count 0-1. Sherry Shepard Kindle, who's related to that coach there from BOE, says that Torres is only a freshman. Golly. This kid is impressive, and he'll be fun to watch, as Sherry said, over the next several years. Takes a pitch outside for a ball, and that'll level the count at 1-1. It's amazing. A game of baseball and softball fits into the same category. You see a great play by Parker there a moment ago, and then you see balls rolling into guys' gloves. You're just like, really? That one hit off the end of the bat. Pride behind the bag at second, up the line, and safe at first base this time is the runner as Parker couldn't hold on to the baseball. So another run will score. That's got to go as an infield hit. Pride had a long way to go, and I don't know if they get Torres at first base, even if Parker holds on to it. I think all that happened as Torres was stepping on the bag. So the left-handed hitting Logan Torres will step in. 10-0 ball game now. And there goes Jackson Torres, hit and run. One hopper to Ashton, long throw in time. And the inning now will come to an end. But not before BOE comes up with a couple of more runs. And come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and a runner left on board. And at the end of 3.5, it is BOE 10, Mangum nothing, and we're Classic Hits 97.7.
If you started college but haven't finished, you may feel like your story is already written. Remember, you're the author, and where your story goes from here is up to you. Finish your degree with Reach Higher at Western Oklahoma State College. Reach Higher can put you on a program path designed to help you earn your associate degree from Western. Start writing your next chapter today. Visit wosc.edu/reach to find out how. Reach Higher with Western Oklahoma State College. Call 580-477-7742.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800.
Bottom half of inning number 4 about to unfold here on Classic Hits 97.7. And Mangum are going to have to get something together offensively, or they will be in danger of losing for the second straight ball game in run rule fashion by identical 10-0 scores. The winner of this one will come back and play at 2 o'clock this afternoon against the winner of Elk City's Junior Varsity and Snyder. Those teams getting ready to play as soon as this one is over. And again, the winners play for third place at 2 o'clock. Championship game, Elmore City Purnell and Hydro Eakley at 4 this afternoon. So here's Nate Augustine. Augustine 0 for 1, grounded to short to end inning number 1. First pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Jackson Torres appears to be getting stronger as the morning goes along. Beginning to warm up a little bit temperature-wise, and wind beginning to settle, and he's beginning to heat up as well. 0-1 pitch. Signed for a ball. The count will level at 1-1. Brian Bingham checking back in to find out if Barnes has got the cartoon voice going on still. He does not. We'll see Brian's team later this week. Or next week, actually, technically. 1-2 now, the count on Augustine. Swing and a miss. Got a couple of ball games against Cash coming up. I believe that is on Tuesday on the schedule. Memory serves correct. Augustine rolls this one out in front of home plate. Torres sets, fires, throws, and that ball going to go down the line. And Augustine is on his way to second base, and he'll be there standing up. Good job by Jackson to get to the baseball. Not a lot of grass on that infield, and when he set that back foot to launch the fastball to first base, it sailed high and wide. And Augustine aboard. Give him an infield single. I think he beats that out, the swinging bunt. And then an error on the throw allowed him to get to second base. And here's Mason Hoppengardner. Mangum down 10-0. We play here in the fourth. And again, I believe the run rules are 12, 10, and 8. And there's a wild pitch allowing Augustine to make it to third base. Jackson showing his youth a little bit there. A little bit of a frustration pitch. A little red butt on that one. He was not happy about the play that happened in the field, and he uncorked a wild one there. Pitch to Hoppengardner. Hoppengardner is a strike, and the count level on Mason at 1-1. Hoppengardner rolled to second his first time around. He is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Nate Augustine over at first. Line drive, base hit, and Mangum on the scoreboard. Good job by Mason. Held the hands back. That ball got into the zone, and he lashed it into left field for a base hit. So Mangum scores their first run in 2 ball games, and they trail here now 10-1. That'll bring to the plate Jackson Brooks. Brooks hit by a pitch his first time around and was left stranded. I remember Jackson took one, and it did not feel good in the cold morning air. He'll foul this one out of play on the right side. And the count 0-1 on Jackson. As we mentioned, Oak City, the JV team. And Snyder coming up next. And the winners will play against the winner of this one at about 2 this afternoon. I don't know how close they are sticking to the time limit. I believe there has been a 2-hour time limit on the ball games. Start time this morning was 9:50. We're at 11:20. Snap throw to first base. Hoppengardner back. And again, I talk about this out loud all the time. I don't understand. You lead 10-1. I don't know why you're throwing over there to first base. I really don't. Little chop foul behind home plate, and the count now 0-2 on Jackson Brooks. And again, everybody's got their own philosophy and their own belief. But when you're leading by 9, go get the batter. I mean, Ground ball to third, backhanded by Angeli. He'll throw to first for out number 1. Taking second base on the play will be Hoppengardner. Chase had a long way to go to get that one. Made a strong throw to first base. Jackson Brooks doesn't run all that well, so he is retired. Hoppengardner at second, and here's Chris Davis. Chris reached on an error his first time around, stole a base, and was stranded at second. 10-1 ball game here in the fourth. Curveball upstairs, and it's 1-0 on Chris. Dusty McAlexander has joined us on this Saturday morning, soon to be Saturday afternoon. Little looper on the infield and caught by the second baseman Christian Castillo for out number 2. So Davis retired on the pop out. And it'll bring Ashton Wetzel to the plate. Wetzel 0 for 1. He fouled out to the catcher his first time around. Mangum trailing here in the bottom half of inning number 4, 10-1 ball game. Say good morning to Sandy Hopper Payne, who has joined us in the broadcast booth. First pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. I hear a crop duster off in the distance. The great outdoors. I know you're going to hate me when I say this, but I am looking forward to 90 and 100-degree temperatures. Thank you very much. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Nothing better than sweating. Pitch upstairs for a ball. Count out 2-0. Of course, you also have to understand that you're listening to a man that sits in his easy chair, watches television with 2 heating pads, one on his back and one in his lap. There you go. 2-0 now on Ashton Wetzel. 2 gone here in the fourth. Torres overthrows the fastball, count 3-0. Mangum with 1 in the frame, their first run in a couple of ball games. Got shut out last night, 10-0 at the hands of the group from Footloose Land. Out at second base, Mason Hoppengardner. Trey Williams waits in the on-deck circle. Pitch on the way here. Downstairs for ball 4. Wetzel is aboard with 2 gone. And that will bring Trey Williams to the plate. Runners at first and second. Chaboy has moved in at short. Same story for Angley here over at third base. Little ground ball towards Angley. He'll field, throw to first, and the inning will come to an end. So Mangum will get their first run in 2 ball games. 1 run in the frame, 1 run on a couple of hits. There was an error, and 2 runners left on board. And we will go to the 5th. It's a 10-1 lead for BOE over Mangum on Classic Hits 97.7.
Around here, we say go Tigers. This is Jacob Gilner from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. We love our Mangum Tigers, so suit up in your best and brightest orange, and we will see you at the games. Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Jamie's Auto is proud to sponsor Mangum Tiger sports coverage. When you need a new-to-you reliable vehicle, always remember to visit Jamie's Auto Sales on Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Jamie makes it easy to buy a great used car with 5 lenders available, and your new-to-you vehicle comes with a 3-month 4,500 GWC powertrain warranty. Talk about peace of mind. Remember Jamie's Auto in Mangum for your next vehicle purchase. And go Tigers!
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from. But choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Hi, Mangum Tiger fans. This is Jill Grauman with RE/MAX Property Place. If you need to buy or sell a property or a home in Mangum or anywhere in Greer County, just call me at 580-706-0259. You'll see lots of my signs around town because I get the results for my clients. I say, go Mangum Tigers.
Jill Grauman, RE/MAX Property Place. Always here, always helping.
Well, that run the Tigers scored in the bottom half of the 4th inning kept the ball game alive and gave them an opportunity. It'll be up to Jackson Reisner to keep BOE at 10. And Mangum will have to come up with some more runs as well in the bottom of the 5th inning to play on, player. Get that Black Street Connections there? Got that? No diggity, no doubt. Man, I love that song. Every time it comes on the iTunes, I hope you're not pulling up next to me or seeing me drive up and down the highway because I am jamming big time to it. And I know you can't hear me when I'm in the shower, so you're A-OK there. All right, we go to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Christian Castillo, Blake Martin, and Case Angeli due up for BOE. Jackson Reisner trying to keep this one close. Pitch outside for a ball. 1-0. Castillo on the morning reached on an error and scored in the first. Got hit by a pitch in the second, was stranded, and rolled out 6-3. Got an RBI, an inning ago. Boy, he was right on that pitch. Fouled it back to the screen. Level the count at 1-1. Give credit to BOE. I mean, they put the ball in play all game long, but defense has been suspect today for Mangum. There's no doubt about it. And I think Tommy Pride and Casey Kroom be the first two to admit to that, and the kids would be as well. They have just kicked it around here this morning. Reisner holds onto the ball way too long there. It goes to the screen. The count 2-1 now on Castillo. Oak City JV and Snyder ready to play next, and they started warming up in earnest. Thought the ball game was going to end via the run rule, but Mangum picked up a run, made it 10-1. Here's a little pop-up behind home plate. Good job by Jackson Brooks to get rid of the mask, throw it away, and make the catch for round number 1. That is rule number one for the catcher. You got to throw that mask and get it away from you, and then go find the baseball. And Brooks did a good job. Our good friend Jenna Scott has checked in. And good morning to Jenna. As we move towards noontime, still morning. And again, baseball tournaments, you broadcast at all hours, right? Here's a little pop-up on the infield off the bat of Blake Martin. Calling forward is the second baseman, Nate Augustine. He'll make the catch in shallow right field for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th inning. That'll bring Case Angeli to the plate. Angeli walked in the first, walked in the second, and grounded out to end the third. He is officially 0 for 1. So, Jackson looking for an unusual inning. He would love for it to go 1, 2, 3. He's got the first 2 outs. Got strike 1 on Angeli as he fouled that one back on the right side. So 0-1 count on the third baseman from BOE. And again, if you're just tuning in, where have you been all morning, first of all? BOE is Blair Olusty Eldorado. 2 pretty good minds there in Fixico and Kendall, the coaching staff, the brain trust of this team. You'd expect them to be fundamentally sound. Pitch taken for a ball. 1-1 now on Angeli. One pitch on the way. Foul and out of play back behind us, and that'll run the count to 1-2. So Jackson Reisner now a pitch away from getting a 1-2-3 inning here as we play in the 5th. 10-1 ball game. BOE on top. Reisner comes set, and here's the pitch. Strike 3, inning over. Great pitch by Jackson. Went off speed, snapped that one over a home plate, and Angeli got the jelly leg and couldn't swing the bat. So a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the frame. Mangum trailing 10-1 on Classic Hits 97.7.
Great food made fresh with the best ingredients possible under the direction of Chef George is what you'll find at the newly remodeled J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum. Now, if you haven't tried the Mexican and American favorites at J&P Mexican Grill, what are you waiting for? They're open Tuesday through Saturday for lunch, dinner, featuring homemade desserts. For takeout, call 580-706-5042 and like them on Facebook. J&P Mexican Grill in Mangum.
Hello, this is Ashley Slayton, family nurse practitioner with the JCMH Family Care Clinic in Mangum. We are friendly hometown folks and treat patients of all ages, newborns through adults, for wellness and sick visits, as well as management of chronic illnesses such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Call the clinic in Mangum at 580-782-3393 for an appointment today.
Jackson County Memorial Hospital.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find at 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, pipe passes, or real ID, Tom and Cynthia Clark are there for you, and they can help you at the Mangum Tag Agency at 580-782-3004, 782-3004.
So it'll be Mason Parker, Ashton Pride, Jackson Reisner to try to keep the ball game alive for Mangum here in the bottom half of inning number 5 as the Tigers trail BOE 10-1. Jackson Torres has gotten stronger as the morning has gone along, and if it hadn't been for his throwing error an inning ago, the game would already be over. So Torres, who has handcuffed Mangum all morning long, surrendering a couple of hits, and both of those came in that 4th inning of play. Set to go to work now against numbers 9, 1, and 2 in the lineup for Mangum. Mason Parker will step in. Parker 0 for 1. He struck out his first time around. Torres set to go to work. There's a cold strike, 0-1 on Mason. Parker has had a busy tournament. He has, I mean, his infielders have sent him scattering all over the place with throws. He has had to make one pick after another and sweeping tags. And not easy being a first baseman, no question about it. 1-1 pitch on the way here. Swing and a miss. Late on that fastball. 1-2 now on Mason Parker. Mangum, of course, playing in the tournament next weekend over in Granite, and pitch back to the screen. 2-2. And if memory serves me correct, they will play their first game on Thursday at 11 o'clock in the morning. I believe that is right. Count 2-2 here on Mason Parker. Pitch on the way. Curveball rolled on the ground. Shortstop will make the play. Chaboy's throw in time for round number one. That could have had disaster written all over it because it was kind of in between Chaboy and Angley. And Angley actually waved at the ball from third base. It got by him, but Chaboy was right there to make the catch and make the strong throw for round number one. So one gone here in inning number 4 for Mangum. Ashton Pride now will step in. Pride 0 for 2, a couple of fly balls to center field. Jacob Stafford out there in center field for BOE. Boy, that ball hit Ashton in the helmet. Pride fires the bat away. And he didn't know that Jackson Reisner was in the neighborhood, and Jackson had to dance out of the way of it. So we'll have to do a little conversation with Ashton down there at first base. You take one off the helmet like that, you've got to make sure that all the faculties are there. The good news was that was, and I say this because I didn't get hit with it, but the good news is that was an off-speed pitch from Jackson Torres that hit Ashton in the helmet. He kind of turned into it, and again, they got those flaps on the helmets for a reason, and that's why. Without that flap, it could be a whole lot worse. Here's Reisner. Jackson takes a pitch for a strike, 0-1 on Reisner. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out in the second, grounded back to the pitcher in the third. Mangum needs one to keep the ball game alive. Trailing here 10-1 in the fifth. There goes Pride. Swing and a miss. They're going to throw down. I don't know why. As that ball well off the mark, Castillo makes the play behind second base. The count 0-2 on Reisner. Stolen base for Ashton Pride. But again, if I'm BOE, I mean, yeah, let him have it. He can have third base if he likes. I'm going to go get the batters. Especially with Reisner down the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch. Nubbed off the end of the bat. Good job by Jackson to keep the bat alive. That was a good pitch there by Jackson Torres, and a better job by Reisner to foul it off. He gets just enough of it to keep the at-bat alive, otherwise he was going to get rung up. So let's see what BOE comes back with here. Reisner down on the count 0-2, runner at second base and Ashton Pride. 0-2 pitch, there goes the runner. There's a ball lifted into left field. Hayden Fry is there to make the catch. Pride got to retreat his steps and get back to second base. And Jackson put it in play, but right at the left fielder for out number 2. So 2 gone here in inning number 5. And Nate Augustine will step in. Augustine grounded out to end the first, and he had that swinging bunt single an inning ago. Torres sailed it down the right field line. There goes the runner. Pitch back to the screen. Gets away. He's still bobbled, and now they've got Pride. Well, they won't get him in the pickle as Ashton will retreat. He thought about going home, and then a good job by Blake Martin to get the ball back to his pitcher, Jackson Torres, who was covering home plate. Count on Augustine, 1-0. (10-1) ball game, and again, if it's 8 after 5, that run scores and doesn't matter. Augustine swing and a miss, count 1-1. Good cut by Nate. Pride trying to be a distraction over at third base. 1-1 offering. Torres going to step off. And again, and I'm guilty of it. It's just testosterone going on right now between those two guys. No doubt about it. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Augustine late on that fastball. It's 1-2. So Torres and Pride. Oh, we love the gamesmanship that's going on right now. This is good stuff. Mano a mano. 1-2 pitch, snubbed foul. Boy, good job by Augustine to keep the at-bat and the ball game alive. I mean, that was in on his hands, and somehow he was able to put bat on ball and foul that one off. So Torres ahead in the count on Augustine, 1-2. Ashton Pride over at third base, 10-1 ball game, bottom half of inning number 5, and here's the pitch. Trying to frame it is Martin, not going to get the call, and the count will be level at 2-2. A lot of tension. It's a 10-1 ball game, and there's tension. You got to love it, right? 2-2 offering on the way here. Swing and a miss ball game. Torres gets the strikeout of Nate Augustine to end the contest, and BOE will advance to the third place game at 3 o'clock this afternoon. They win it by a final score of 10-1. And we're back to wrap it up after this on Classic Hits 97.7.
We yell loud and proud because we love the Mangum Tigers. This is Lori Laughlin from Cattlemen's Bank, member FDIC. On and off the field, we support the Tigers through and through because once you're a Tiger, you're always a Tiger. And Cattlemen's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brenda at 580-782-2452 for more information.
First National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Mangum Tiger Athletics. At First National Bank, supporting our schools and athletic programs is our top priority. We appreciate and support our community through and through. At First National Bank, you can hear us roar. Go Tigers! We wish you a season of great success. First National Bank and Trust Company, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, what started out to be such a promising tournament on Thursday night for Mangum with that 17-3 win in the lid lifter against Geronimo turned sour as they lost 10-0 yesterday to Elmore City Purnell and then beaten today by BOE, final score of 10-1. And again, the defense really letting down Mangum in this one. 10-1 your final score. So BOE will await the winner of Elk City's JV and Snyder in a 2 o'clock third place ball game here this afternoon. Again, your final score 10-1, BOE, Blair, Olustee, El Dorado over Mangum. You've been listening to Tiger Baseball, live and in living color, exclusively on Classic Hits 97.7.